Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Railuge. And today, for Dinosaur Month, I am reviewing The Land Before Time. This has to be one of my favorite movies. And most likely, Don Blueth's best? I know, right next to Fievel, yes, I know. But before I get into that, sorry for these black boxes. I can't do anything about that. Well, I can. The camera I used before, I have to hook it up instead of this. My situation is frustrating right now, so I'm just gonna put up with this. I'm sorry. So, I know I already spoiled it that this is going to be a very positive review. So, and for good reasons, because the realism and fluid yet beautiful animation rivals that of Disney. And for that narrator, oh, that is, he can read me to sleep. He seriously can.
Once upon this same earth, beneath this same sun, long before you, before the ape and the elephant as well, he knew them by sight, by scent, and by their love. So the 5 hungry dinosaurs set off for the Great Valley. There had never been such a herd before.
It's just the perfect voice acting. No monotones here. And it's just the beginning is just the right kind of exposition. It doesn't take forever to tell you what's going on. It tells you while showing you, and it's very smooth and very well written. Okay, so this movie had a really good plot flow. And they knew how to make you have feelings for 2D characters that don't exist.
Mother! Oh, please get up. I'm not sure I can, Littlefoot. Yes, you can. Get up.
Dear sweet Littlefoot, do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
I guess so. But why do I have to know? You're gonna be with me.
I'll be with you, even if you can't see me.
What do you mean if I can't see you? I can always see you.
Littlefoot, let your heart guide you. It whispers, so listen closely.
Unlike a certain movie where we see Bambi's mother getting shot off screen.
Bambi, quick, the thicket! Faster! Faster, Bambi! Don't look back! Keep running! Keep running!
We made it. We made it, Mother. Mother.
Here, we have a moment with Littlefoot and his mother. And then this big T-Rex they call Sharptooth comes up and tries to eat Littlefoot, but his mother helps him, and you see them battling. And then, after the battle is won, we get a very heartful scene where Littlefoot pretty much says goodbye to his mother without knowing what's going on. And here's something I bet not a lot of people realize while they're watching this movie. This movie actually has a little bit to do with racism. In this case, it's more of speciesism, but it's there, and it's very underlined in undertone.
Littlefoot.
Come, Sarah. Three horns never play with long necks.
Well, we all keep to our own kind. The three horns, the spiked tails, the swimmers, the flyers. We never do anything together.
Why?
Well, because we're different. It's always been that way.
They don't even beat you over the head with it. A great earthquake splits the ground in half, dividing families from each other, and so it leaves Littlefoot and a few other baby dinosaurs to try to find the Great Valley without their parents. And the only thing that bugged me just a tiny bit is that they had to have like a uppity, uplifting scene after all this sad emotions going on. But whatever. And also, it's like they did kind of harp on Littlefoot missing his mother a little too much, in my opinion.
Mother. Mother! Mother! It's you! Wait, Mother! Wait!
Then Littlefoot knew for certain that he was alone.
But not enough to make you go like, oh God, why are you still doing this? A good counterexample would be from the Bridge to Terabithia. Spoilers, by the way. At the end, when he gets really mad about his friend dying, he just goes to the river and just like squirts his paint into the river while like crying and being all angry. And it's just, at that point, it's just not well done. It goes into bathos. And I have to say, it's like, out of like the top 10 villains of like ever, Sharptooth has to be the scariest villain ever created. Oh, they did a good job on this guy. He's not over the top. They don't even give him a monologue. Out of all these talking dinosaurs, he's a silent, deadly killer hunting these children for food. It's like it's you or him, literally. So the group is starting to falter with Littlefoot being the leader. So Sarah and Littlefoot fights to pretty much show who's the boss. And so the group splits up, with majority of the friends going with Sarah, leaving Littlefoot behind. But what I like is that this little split up does not last long. Because almost right away, Sarah and friends gets in a scrape, and Littlefoot hears his friends crying for help. And he rushes to their rescue. Tar, quicksand, it's all the same. It still breaks me. The soul sinking, and you're sitting there like, oh, I'm screwed. And you're just sitting there like, yep, I'm still sinking. I'm sinking. And then it's like you're in the pit, and you're just like, I'm gonna have to suffocate. It's just, it's so, breaks me more than zombies do. But the Littlefoot and his friends get out of the tarn just in time to save Sarah. So the group comes together to come up with a plan to get rid of Sharptooth once and for all. I like how each character had just a little bit of a character development. Like, Sarah learned how to work together with everyone, Littlefoot learned how to take criticism, and Petrie had learned how to fly. Right in time for plot convenience. And then almost falling victim to my favorite character curse. You know, where my favorite character always dies.
Simba, you have forgotten me.
No. How could I?
That was for you, Bleeding Gums.
You've made an old jazz man happy, Lisa.
And so, they find the Great Valley and their families, and the movie ends in the best way possible. I know this movie could easily be like, it's all about the journey, but you didn't know if the dinosaurs were going to make it. That's what was so, like, on the edge of your seat about this. I have this thing where I say, like, series, like movie series or TV series, if they're going to make it seem like someone's going to die, they need to have a character that dies off early on. Game of Thrones did this very well with a couple of their main characters dying off in the first book. So as you're going on, either you don't know if someone is going to die or not, doesn't matter if they're a main character or not, and you're always worried about your character, your favorite character, getting the axe. And that is just, to me, really, really good storytelling. Unlike Dragon Ball Z. And, you know when I said that Homeless for the Holidays needed to have been a smaller movie. Well, Land Before Time is 1 hour long. And I know this review has been short, but what more can you say about a really good movie that's an hour long? And it didn't need to be longer. It didn't have any of those song cues or much of fillers as it is. Just about every single scene in this movie either puts the plot forward, develops a character, and it's like every single second has something to do with the movie. This movie tells a story instead of babysitting. And that's what makes this such a timeless classic. So, if I did a 10-point system, this would be receiving one of my very rare 10 out of 10. I don't like saying the movie is perfect. Is this movie, like, perfection? Not really. There's a couple scenes I wish they didn't do, but it didn't distract from the movie itself. And objectively, this is a very well done movie. Now, I know people would like me to talk about Judith Barcy, the voice actor for Ducky that sadly lost her life very young. We all know the story, at least I'm assuming you do. And at this point, there's not much more I can say about it. It's still a tragedy, no matter the time that's been passed, no matter what. It's still a tragedy. And it's a tragedy that shouldn't have happened. And my heart goes out to all of her family and all of her friends and all of her fans.
The great circle of life has begun. But you see, not all of us arrive together at the end.
What'll I do? I miss her so much.
And you'll always miss her. But she'll always be with you. As long as you remember the things she taught you. In a way, you'll never be apart. For you are still a part of each other.